I want to start by sharing my screen, and I see.
David, as you're sharing your screen, please tell us a little bit about yourself. Some people know you, others might not know you. So just a little bit as you share your screen.
Oh, wow. I'm not even thinking about me. When I don't keep time, it really bothers me a lot. So my full name is David Melbourne Wampamba. I am a former software developer. Now I'm a coach, a software development coach, and a leader of Able State Creatives Limited, which is into talent development, job connection, and innovation. And we are starting an element of seed funding. So yeah, is that yeah, I've been using WordPress. I'm a self-taught WordPress user and developer for now how many years? A decade? Yeah, a decade, because I think I started, a client requested me to develop his site using WordPress, I think around 2015 or 2014. He's a friend and we are still together. I still build some of his small sites. Yeah, that's it. So now, have I even shared my screen yet? I think
not yet.
Yeah, so okay. So tell me if you see my screen now.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, thank you very much. Last time we looked at DNS. It was an introduction, and today I've seen someone, I think on Twitter or somewhere, ask.
Yes, it was on Twitter.
Advising us that how do you skip this and this, because they know how tough DNS is. So, but then they didn't know that. I think they did. People don't read. I don't know why, because it was showing that it's part 2. So what would have been covered in part 1, honestly? So we are going to look at configuring MX, SPF, DKIM, and the DMARC record, and it also to know what really each one means, its format, and things like that. But we are going to focus on practicals, all right? So I would like to start by telling you that how you configure these things depends on the context of the server. For example, there are servers which are full, it's one server and it has the entire server configuration system, all right? So the DNS, how can I break this down better? Let's say there's a physical server. The physical server has software, okay? But there are those physical servers that have software that has all the virtual softwares, like it has the email server, it has the DNS server, it has the web hosting server. In this case, the web hosting server would be Apache, Nginx, Lightspeed. Those are the web servers I'm talking about. It could have the server of the database like MariaDB, MySQL, Postgres. There are some servers that are like that. And then there are some servers that are different. There are some servers that usually the servers I set up, they usually rely on, like, some software is decoupled, is removed from one server, so that it is installed in another server, and the web hosting software is also installed on another server, and the domain registration is also on a certain provider. Why do I do that? Usually I do that so that if the web hosting server where I have shared accounts breaks down, I don't struggle to set up a lot of things. I just know that, okay, I'm going to install cPanel or Plesk or Direct Admin. By the Direct Admin is some good web host software, especially if you have clients who don't log into cPanel. It's a little bit cheaper than cPanel and very good. Direct admin. So I think for it, it's $29 per month. But you know, cPanel, cPanel can be expensive. Anyway, to go back, because I want to give like a background before we touch base on the practicals. So now you might find that for me, the email service is also on another server or another provider. So what does that mean? That means that when you are configuring them, it's the process might be slightly different, but the most important is for you to know that, you know what, for you to know that, you know, there's this record that I have to set up, and this record, and this record, and this record. So these records you see here, MX, short for mail exchanger, all right? It is the one responsible for your email account, receiving messages and sending out messages to other servers. Without it, you have your domain, your website will be active, you have the email you want, but you realize whenever people send you a message, they will receive a demon mailer message telling them that the account you are sending to does not exist. If your email is full, you know, your inbox is full, like let me say the hosting server gave you 2 GB, then you've used all of it. The person might receive that the email space you are sending it to is already full. This is very responsible for it. Then SPF is responsible for you to specify which servers. You know that each server that we set up usually has what we call an IP address, is identified by an IP address. And now, since you can set up more than one server, you can use this record to specify those servers that are allowed to send on your behalf, on behalf of the domain, the particular domain. If the domain is dev.ug, you can say that I'm allowing this server to send out emails on behalf of the dev.ug.com domain. That means that if Moses Casa has a PHP script which sends out emails, and you've already set up the SPF, and he puts this script on his server, it will never deliver the emails, you know, and you prevent what we call it's called what? You prevent what we call an email spoofing attack, right? Yeah. Then the DKIM,
and it's a very common attack.
Very common. And if you are, there's a time, I don't know if it was a WordPress meetup, but there's a time when Hamza Kwehangana hosted something around doing websites for $5,000, things like that. So if you expect to do sites like that, even if it's for $1,000 and you don't know these things, believe you me, you are going to mess up. And the big thing about messing up with one client is that you mess up with one client and you've messed up the entire community. The people in the community, all of them, you've just told the clients that are Ugandans, don't work with them. You know, so you need to know these things. DKIM is also, DKIM actually is also very helpful in terms of, helping you prevent attacks, send out and receive. Then DMARC is for receiving. Like if someone is sending, and let me say you have david.ug.com, but you don't have an email account called joan@david.ug.com. Guess what? Someone can forge that and send you an email to that, but they might not see that that account does not exist. But what is going to happen is that if they send, depending on the setup you did, these people, you are going to know that someone tried to send it to John at david.ug, which is not existing. All right. So when you set it up, you might specify and say, if someone sends to my domain, but the email account does not exist, send that email to this email or reject it. Does it make sense? So those are the 5 DNS records we are going to look at. I also want, thank you, Moses. Thank you very much, Mr. Kassa. So, yeah. So what else was I going to say? The other thing I'm going to say is that it's also important to let you know that this is about the records or the configurations. It's not about the software and the hardware. So you are not going to see me installing a DNS management software. All right. But those who know how to set up servers know that there is a DNS management software that if you install cPanel or Plesky or Direct Admin or any other panel for web hosting, those panels are going to ask you which software you want to install. All right. So after installing the software, then you go to the configurations, because without the software in existence, then you can't do the configurations. If people are interested in setting up the software itself, maybe in the future we can do another session. But for now, we are just going to look at the configurations.
Okay,
all right.
David, somebody in the chat is asking you to add the A record and PTR. That's from Benjamin.
The PTR, okay, the PTR I can add it, but the A record here we are not going to look at it because it's not, it does nothing to do with email deliverability. The A record is for site access. All right, it's the record. Actually, the A record, I expect that is the primary record anyone should know for as long as they register domains and connect domains to web hosting accounts. That's it. It has, yeah. Forgive me if I don't want to sound rude, but yeah, but that's it. Someone has put up a hand. If I accept hands now, shall we finish? I think, Benjamin, do you mind holding up the submission you want to do? Because we've started late. All right. So let's have the practicals for those who have no idea. And then please, I beg of you, hold it. You bring it a bit later. Since I came late, I'll also spare some time to be here more. All right. So that I can answer or address most of the questions. Yeah. If that's okay, share a thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. These are the things I was talking about, that the MX records is short for mail exchanger records. DNS records have something they call a format. Like the MX record is usually, the format is text, but most let me open up something here. I'm going to open up something called Namecheap, which I think that most people know. By the way, guys, are you able to read what you see on my screen, or should I zoom in?
I can read. I don't know about the rest, but I can read what you're displaying.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. So I will just log in. Okay, just a moment. Yeah, for me, I don't have a head that can remember passwords anymore, so I use password managers. All right. So we have a domain here. We have look of Uganda, and we have a domain Ebo State Africa. So now, if I go to manage, this is Namecheap. Other domain providers like GoDaddy, like Hostel, is it called Hostalica? The one that is Ugandan, like Hostalite, they might show you a different interface, but just gonna click manage, and then I'll click advanced DNS. They put it in advanced DNS because they assume that whoever is doing this is a person who knows what they're doing. Now, for the person who wanted to know about the A record, yeah, you see, it's among the first ones here. And you can see the IP address here to mean that Here I'm specifying the server where the website is. So if the website is on a certain server in Germany and or in South Africa or in the USA, the server, they will just give me an IP address. I'll put it here. In the host, I'll either put this @ or a name like this one. All right. So yeah, at least I've shared something around that. So for the MX record, you can see here. You see something here. And if I wanted, let me click add here. Now, when I click add on the MX record, you can see that they show me the host, they show me the mail server. So that mail server might be an IP address, might be a domain name. It depends. I actually think that's the reason why the other person was suggesting that I also look at the A record, because for you to have this mx3.zoho.com, it means the company called Zoho, what they did is that they have a server, but that server, they set up a server, they set up the mail exchanger software. Then they know that on the head, you may not remember the IP address of that server because they have millions of customers. So instead of their support department receiving things like, how do we call it? Instead of their support department receiving a lot of calls to be reminded the IP address, for them, they're like, no, let's give a label, okay, to the, let's give a label to this server. So they use an A record to label that server. All right. You can see here they have MX, MX2, and MX3. So all of these are different servers. They could be virtual servers. They could be physical servers. Now, in Namecheap, they make it a little bit easier for you by making sure that they show you, they have a section for MX records. All right. But then sometimes, like the cPanel servers, most times they are not gonna do it like this. They'll just have like type as a drop down. Then they'll have a value and a host, priority, and value. When it comes to MX records, priority is an important thing, especially if you are a beginner. Please pay attention. Priority, you can see here, the priority, it's what? It's in gray. Some of you might not be able to see it, but priority means that the lower, the one you give a lower value takes higher precedence. Or if it's a queue, what happens is that the one at the front of the queue, they consider them at 0, and the one at the behind of the queue, they consider them at what position? Total number of people in the queue, or total number of items in the queue minus 1. So that is the one at the last. You get? Then at the first is at 0. So what does it mean? When you are sending out an email or when you are receiving an email, the domain name system, for those of you who are wondering what this stands for, DNS, because I've remembered that I did not break it down. This domain, now I know that there are some people who are remembering this in school and they're like, I wasn't paying attention because I thought networking was hard. No, it wasn't hard. It's just that you were not applying. All right. Yeah. So what happens is that the domain name system will choose the one at the lower priority and use that one. In case that one does not work, the domain name system will try the one in the next one in the stack or on the queue. So that's why you see, now you see here 10, 10, and 20. That means there's a mistake here, a very big mistake, because these two clash. This one and this one, they are clashing. That's very wrong. Usually, this is from, I know because I use Zoho a lot, usually this one is 50. To mean that the domain name system, has it even saved? I don't know. I'll reload it. Meaning that the domain name system at Namecheap, what it will do, it will, let me try to save changes. Is it the one with the problem? Because I tried to save and it brings back the same number. Probably it's the one with the problem, but it's all right. So the domain name system will go from this one to the last one, depending on which one is not working. If this one works, it doesn't try these ones. What does this mean? This means that if you want to deliver and receive emails, the first thing is the domain name system. 2, it's important to have a host who has fallbacks. If your host is the company that just tells you that we are going to give you white labeled, okay? We are going to give you white labeled what? MX records. Like for example, you have joannalvega.com. Okay, so we are going to give you the MX record as mail.joan.com. Do you know what is going to happen? What is going to happen is that you don't have a fail-safe strategy. And if you are hosting a website or running a website for UNDP, for USA Embassy, for a certain radio in Uganda, for a certain church, for a certain pastor, then you are into trouble. You need to reconsider. Is that clear? Okay, so let me try to save this again. And okay, it has failed to save. So now this is the first thing. Now, how do you know the whatevers you have to provide, the values and all that you have to provide? I'll log into Zoho here. Okay. I'll log into Zoho, Zoho Mail. I understand that some people are waiting. They are very, very anxious to see how how it's done with the cPanel. But hang on a moment. Okay, so all right, it's here. So access Zoho Mail. Is this where I should go? Yeah, just a moment as it loads. Yeah, this is the problem of coming late in a session. These are things I would have set up already. So now this is the inbox, but I want to go to the admin console. Okay, so you know when you sign up with Zoho, what happens is that you can sign up using your Gmail, but then add domains there. All right. Okay, so you can see that there's one domain here in this particular Zoho account. All right, but you can see that it has 5 licenses. Those are the users, or 5 users in the organization. However, what do we want to check? What we want to check are the settings, and I think if I've not forgotten, I can click domain. So they show me the domain here, and they show me the status. The status means that I verified the domain. If they show you completed, and external means registrar info. External means that I registered this domain at Namecheap, but it is here it is on Zoho for the mail server. If it was registered on Zoho for the mail server and the domain, they would show internal here. Then here, I can click view DNS records. Now the DNS records that I am supposed to show here are what? Are the ones that I'm supposed to put at my domain registrar or in my web hosting account. All right. So you can see here clearly, they show you that this should be mx.zoho. It should have a priority of 10. and the host should be art. But for the host, in some places, on some hosting provider, the host is actually your domain name. Like it should be, it somewhere, it can be abostate.com, but the art symbol is an alias. It's another name for the primary domain. So don't get confused. Sometimes they even just put a dot, all right? So you can see that this one, mx2.zoho.com, priority 20, mx3.zoho.com, priority 50. This means that when you buy a domain from what? From, let's say, shareability.com, okay? And then you buy hosting from Hostinga. That means that you have to get these values from Hostinga or Hostinga, and then put them in your panel at shareability. Okay, so for me, because I have the domain, in fact, you are going to see it properly. For me, I have a cPanel server, VPS, where the website is hosted. All right, but you've seen that the domain name is at namecheap.com. And you've seen that the email is at zoho.com. That goes back to what I started with. It depends on the context of your configuration. Many lazy people, they would prefer everything to be in one place. But for me, I wouldn't prefer that. All right. Now, that is for the, for the what? For the MX records. But if I went back to the DNS here and deleted this, okay? Let me delete this third one because I know these two work, all right? If I deleted this, the third one, then which site did we see last time? Those of you who remember, I've even showed you, so Shiba, don't answer. Eh? I've even shown. So, if I put abostate here, .africa, then I select MX record here, all right, it is showing the MX with a tick, the MX 350 with a tick. But after some minutes, okay, after some minutes or an hour, it will start to show only these two, and it won't show this third one. What that means is that in the world, there is something they call, the domain name system is all over the world, all right? And each server you set up, the people who provide that server, their network is already in the global name system, all right? Now yours, the one on your server is a small one that attaches to the other one, all right? So now, if I set up this, what is gonna happen is that if I set up this at Namecheap, I'm just telling the Namecheap, okay, domain name software to integrate or to attach to the global domain name system. Now, the global domain name system is still seeing this, but it will run, check its cache, and check, and then find out that this one is no longer configured, and you won't see it. All right? Am I too fast, or the pace is okay? Because this is practical work. We don't need to be like theory, and then we end up losing people. All right, those two, thank you. It means that we are on track. Now, I wanted to have, I don't know. Yeah, I see Mukulu Arthur. Let me ask you for a favor, if it's possible. Do you have any domain that you don't have emails so far yet? Because I wanted us to try out the MX, but even anyone else can choose to volunteer.
Apparently, David, you're speaking to Arthur's wife, so someone can chip in.
I should get married.
There's one in the chat.
Mokasa.site. Yeah, thank you very much. I should get married. Imagine, because if I was married, my wife would have joined the call. Then you guys would be like, David, why not answering? David, kumbe she's the one there. Yeah, Mrs. Kasirie, thank you very much for attending, and thank you very much for doing whatever, for responding. Yeah. All right. So someone said there is. Let me get it from the chat.
There are two websites in the chat.
Guys, thank you very much. So let me see edutechclub.africa first, then, and I see, because, okay, now there's edutechclub.africa. All right. So I'm checking it already has, I think this one is registered on either Namecheap or what? Or GoDaddy. And it already has this by default. So they are assuming that you are going to have hosting and email services from them. All right. And it has mistakes here, like these are all clashing. But anyway, that is not why I was requesting for this. The reason I was requesting for this was to try and test out the sending and delivering emails. So please confirm that this domain doesn't have emails on it. Please confirm.
It doesn't have.
Okay, that's very great. Now, are you okay? Will you pay me if I sign it up on Zoho?
So I have another one signed up on Zoho. So that one I intentionally didn't sign it up.
So you wouldn't want it to have emails?
Yes, first part now. But I have the one which has.
No, I want one which doesn't have.
Okay, maybe use for CASA.
Yeah. All right, thank you. So let's say that, okay, let's confirm here. Mokasa.site. Wow. But it has an email exchanger. Maybe this is a default one still. That is all right. Now, where does the person who has provided it, do you have access to the domain registrar system now of this domain?
Yeah, I think I do. Let me try to get it.
Okay, kindly. Yeah, thank you very much.
I think it was Namecheap, but let me confirm.
All right. So because what I want us to see how we might not be able to receive emails, how we might not be able to send out, how someone may send on our behalf without really knowing. For example, let me generate. Should it be a node script or which one can it? Yeah, let me try to set up to generate a PHP script that sends out emails, and we see something. So here, this that you see was not supposed to be part of the lesson. It's like ChatGPT, but it works even when I don't have internet. So okay. You got it? You got them?
Yeah.
Have you got them? Okay, thank you. And
from the registrar.
From the what?
You want the details from the registrar or from the host?
No, I just want to know that you have the panel where we can change the MX records, so on and so forth.
So that's the panel, right?
If the domain is registered at GoDaddy, wherever it is registered, that can be enough. We might not need a cPanel unless where it is registered they are not providing the the platform. But if they are providing the platform for changing records, that's enough.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
Ready when you are.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So here I'm this is gonna help us to test out sending an email from whatever because he said he doesn't have any email on this whatever on this how do we call it, on this domain, and
No.
but we want to try and because this is part of this is like trying to test or to hack, we are trying to, it's not a bad hack, but it can really bring problems, serious problems, all right? Because in any case, I run this script and it works, okay? And it sends me an email that would be dangerous to mokasa.site's domain, because that means that anyone in the world can pretend that is sending from info. Is that clear? Yeah, so I'm gonna copy this. Then I remember I have something here. What do I have? I think I have something called MUMP. And okay. Have I even forgotten how to open the? Okay, I'll just open here. Just open there. Then it's telling me applications. Then what? So I'll go here. Go. Then applications. Then MUMP. Then htdocs. All right. Now here I'm gonna put up Mokasa. No. Let me say DNS email test. Yeah. So then inside here, allow me to take you in a code little bit, and VS Code. So here, just gonna open that folder. Where is applications? Yeah. Oh no, that's not the one. There's another applications folder in here. Here. Then where's MUMP? Here. htdocs. Yeah. So I'm gonna open this and then I'll create later I'll create a file here. I'll call it send email.php, right? And I'll put whatever here. I'll put the script here. Guys, I'm not gonna break down the script, but I assume that you know what it means. If you don't know, just know it is meant to send out an email from info@mokasa.site to me at David Ovyuch. All right. So save. Now I'll go in. I'll go here. Then I'll go to someone. You are not mute. Oh, look at me. I'll go to this. Then I think it's 888. That is the port for my MUMP. Then I will. All right. Yeah. So yeah, where is it? Here it is. Now, if I click on this, the script is supposed to run. So unquote error, the additional headers cannot contain two. Okay, there's an error there in the code. Let's not freak up. Let's see. So headers from, let me first go back here. Then from no reply. Okay, that's okay. Subject. Then email, mail, sender, subject, body. So to, okay, this is to what? Employed what? Okay, if the emails are many. Now, where is the to email? Yeah, so you really have to be very, very careful, because sometimes AI can give you wrong things. Okay, the two emails is here, sender email is here, subject body. So what is wrong with it? Employed, then
let's go back to the error with you.
Okay. The additional headers contain the two in okay.
This is line 21, eh?
Yeah, this is line 21. Let me see. Thank you. Line 21. Yeah, this is line 21, but the error is coming from
employed. Here two is here to employed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there is this two here from email to.
Yeah, okay. Let me
If
break
this
it
is
down.
sending to several emails, and yet you only have one email to send to.
Yeah, that's very
Don't waste your time. Eh?
Mm.
Just don't waste time. Just get that the either put it in AI to save time, eh? So that it
No,
gives
you
you
know what
the
you know what I'm gonna
refined
do?
code.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this because here I can see the sender email and this whatever. These are strings, all right? So here it is trying to, how do you call it? Here it is trying to put all of these, okay? These in headers, yet it also has headers here. All right. So I'm gonna try to first remove this array and see. Okay. And then here, because here I can see sender email to email, subject and body. And because this is where I'm calling this function. But here in the function, where was it? Here in the mail, yeah, here they are adding in the fifth, okay? The fifth what? Argument, which if I've not forgotten, is optional. Okay, either this one or this one is optional. All right, so let's try and see. Again, before I go to AI. Yeah, because sometimes AI hallucinates a lot. Array to string conversion in line 20, email sent successfully to array. So let's see.
But that's just a warning.
Yeah, that is just a warning, but it has given us a success message. Okay.
Then error reporting to 0, if possible.
Yeah, thank you. But it has given us this, which means that this function has been executed. All right. So I don't have to really worry a lot, but still I could put something. I think, is it this? I think it would suppress the warnings. If I've not forgotten my PHP, it hasn't. So
you can do on top there, you can say error reporting, you are saying error reporting to 0, eh?
All right, thank you.
You assign it to 0 so that we don't, it's down error reporting, assign it to 0, yeah.
All right, thank you. So let me see. Yeah, so now I'm going to check my email. Where is it? I'm going to bring it up. Let's see. Yeah, here you go. So this is the Zoho app. For those who don't use Zoho, I like it because it has a mobile app, a desktop app, and a web. So I can be on the go and use it. And Now I want to see. So I don't have the email here. All right. As much as it has said that it has sent it. So what does that mean? The function has ran. Is that okay? The function has ran. But is there a server on mocasa.site? Is there an email server? Probably there isn't. All right. So, and we don't have, and on my computer, I don't have something that can change, that can check the email queue. You know, I also don't know how to check the email queue on MAMP, but it used to have it. It used to have it. No, actually, the MAMP does not have it, but SAMP has it, where you can check the email queue and it can tell you that that message is hanging here, or it has not been sent due to this and this. All right. But then what happens if I try?
Use MX tool to check why it's not sending.
No. MX tool will check here. This scope of testing that we are doing, MX tool cannot reach there. So what I'm gonna do, let me try doing this. Now this is the problem. I don't, because this email is being recorded, I wouldn't want to share my email in the public. Yeah, I think I can use this one.
I give you an email.
You can give me, but I had already gotten. However, you can give me that one. It is going to act as a sender. Which email is it?
Okay, let me share it here.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Oh, by the way, sometimes also it can fail to deliver because the PHP mail function might be off. All right, because sometimes we turn the PHP mail function to off to do what? So that our server does not carry out any PHP scripts from running. But so to know that, I think many of you already know what to do to know if the PHP function, if the PHP whatever is working. Let me put this in another file. Excuse me, for me to see if the mail whatever is on. Yeah. Okay. Have you already sent?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the chat.
Okay. Thank you. Let me copy it out and thank you. I will take it up. I will take it there. Now I know that people who don't know code might be feeling very confused, but please, you are not here to learn code. We are just trying to test out if a domain can send when it doesn't have an MX record. Is that okay? So, but for me to be sure if my MAMP can actually send out emails, so I'm gonna check this to see if the mail function is on or not. Okay, so I'll go back, then I will reload and get that file, click it. Now I will search mail. How many mails? Okay. Okay, the fact that this is on and this and this, and which other one? The mail extension. Let's see it. Yeah, send mail path is available. Let's see path to send. It's on. Yeah, so that means my MAMP can process the mails. Yeah, in fact, if it was unable to process them, it wouldn't have showed us the other message that you saw. All right, now, now I'll go back, and then this time we are telling the PHP script to send from benjaminvland.com to me at davidovug.com. All right. So let's now refresh to run that. Yeah, it has also run. And let's see here. Yeah, it hasn't delivered. All right, but still there's another test we would do, but in interest of time, let's know. The other test we would do, we would either get Mokasa to run this script on his host server, or we would get Benjamin to run this script on his server. Then we see, that is if you don't trust, that is if you are not sure whether this test is enough, because this test, we cannot entirely say that it's enough because it is on local. You know, MAMP is on my computer, is not on any other server. Okay, but for just, let's trust that because these domains, because the Mokasa domain doesn't have MX records, or no, it had an MX record, but probably doesn't have, that MX record is not connected to any email server. So we assume the email server to process this and send it to david.ug.com is not there. All right. Now, for vland.com, I don't know the current setup, but I would assume that. All right. But at least the email has not been delivered. Now, let's say that we register. Mokasa, are you okay registering your domain on zoho.com?
I think it's okay. I just use it as a test server, as a test site.
As a test site. All right, great. So that is okay. Let's use it as a test site now. I will. I don't want to log out. No, I can log out. I can log out of here. Guys, if you feel like I'm taking you here, then there, please, you said the speed is too much. Let's recap. But also, the recording is being done what? The recording is there, so which we can play slowly and, you know, which you'll be able to get, then you play back at your pace, all right? Because one thing I know is that if you are an IT support specialist, you need this information. If you are a hosting service provider, you need it. If you are a web designer, you need it. You know, because at the end of the day, you might supervise or do something. So I've logged out. Now, which email can I use to sign up? Let me click sign up over here. Info. Okay, just all right, just a moment. So you see here, these guys have these plans, okay? They have all of these what? They have all of these plans, have this one, they have this one, they have all of those plans. But so many people stop here and they're like, no, I won't take those guys because they don't have any free service. But if you go down, unless they discontinued it, they had
it still works forever free. I've actually seen it as you're scrolling.
Okay, have you seen it? Thank you.
Yes. Stop there among the yellow ones. You see those yellow icons on your left?
Yeah, this
left.
one.
Yes.
This one over here. Thank you very much. You have an eye. Thank you very much. Yeah. So yeah. So now I'm gonna say test email. Then this is where I don't like Zoho. They need to verify. So usually what they do when they need to verify, you need to provide a valid phone number or a valid email address. So anyone who can give us, no.
David, that is why you should like it. Don't say that's why you don't like it. They're protecting you.
Thank you.
I think Mokasa can give you what to use.
Yeah, someone can give me a domain that I can use. No, not a domain, an email, like maybe on Gmail that they have never registered on Zoho.
Bob Fixer.
In the chat.
Can you type in it? Okay. Hey, so, yeah, so people here are generous, but because this is for Mokasa, let me use it. But man, this email, the moment it gets here, you cannot use it again. So better be careful if you would want it in the future. Yeah, so that's the password. I hope it will be saved by my password manager. I use Bitwarden. Some use LastPass, but I use Bitwarden because it's open source and free. And I can use it on multiple devices. Yeah, so I would say
I think Joan will add some comments, so that people who will watch the video can get links to these now, like Bitwarden.
Oh, yeah.
Already.
Bitwarden, yeah, it looks like this. Here it shows Vault, but when you are installing it on the computer, it is Bitwarden. And you can see all of those emails that you see. All of those are the passwords it saves for me. So I'll click here. So you see here, it is asking to save, all right, this password. Yeah, so this is FMDGN. I hope so. So let's hope so. All right, save. So now, sir, I need an OTP from you.
Just a second. Let me get it.
Yeah, thank you.
Zoho updates. In the chat.
Okay. 5575604. Okay, verify. Good, we've passed. Now, after getting here, they now want me to add a domain or buy a domain. Remember when I had just logged into the able state, there's somewhere it showed service external. Now, if I buy the domain here, the service would be internal. But now I'm going to use existing domain. I think that is clear. So what is the domain? Was it this?
Mokasa.site.
Okay. Provide your organization name. I think it is Mokasa.
Capital C.
Capital C, huh? Thank you. Thank you. Please don't sue me. What do you do? Marketing?
Non-profit. Or education.
I love education. So, yeah, and I fear non-profits. Sorry, John. Yeah, congratulations. Your domain .site did what? Added successfully. You need to prove that you own this domain. Yeah. So to prove that we own this domain, this is where I was talking in terms of at Peter password from Apple works perfectly too. Yeah. No, I cannot.
What's the difference from personal and non-profit and education?
From what? From personal, non-profit, and education? What's the difference?
Non-profit is for NGOs,
yeah,
and CPOs. Education is for trainers, educational institutions. Personal is for individuals.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much. So also for non-profit, you mentioned the NGOs, and then what else? You mentioned NGOs and what?
CBOs, community-based organizations.
Yes, and the social enterprises, the companies that are registered as company limited by guarantee.
Yes.
Yeah, but not yet at the stage of non-profit. All right. So now I'm gonna give you this, Mr. Moses.
Yes.
You have this record. It's a text record. You go in the DNS manager of the domain so that they can verify that we are the owner. We are the owners of the domain. So what this means is that if someone impersonates and goes and registers your domain on Zoho, they won't be able to use it because they don't have the login details for where you registered the domain. Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay. So this is the value I'm sharing it in. I'm sharing it in what? In in the chat. Kindly copy it and then you go to, yeah. If you don't mind, you can also give me the login details for where you